Hello everyone. Today we're gonna do best poker hand. It's a question where you basically have to return the best type of poker hand representing the cards that you have. So if you have a flush, you have five of the cards that are the same suit. If you have three of the same ranks, then you have a three of a kind. You have two, it's a pair, and if you have any single card, it's a high card. So we're just basically gonna use traversing through the array and checking if they are a suit, which is the same rank, or we can just also traverse through the array and check if those values have also the same rank, or um, or any single card, or either are three of the same rank. So it isn't too bad. So first we're gonna do with the easy implementation of the suits. So for here, we're just gonna create a Boolean variable, call it suit, and set it to true at first. And what we're gonna do first is basically check if each card of the suits that we're checking are the same of the previous one, then it's a suit because all of them are the same. But if it's not, then it's not the same, and it's not a flush. So so basically, we're here. We're gonna be like, okay, boolean suit equals true, and then we're gonna traverse over the actual suits equals friend I equals one. We're gonna start from one instead of zero because there's gonna be one card, and we have to check each card is the same, and I is less than suits dot length I plus plus, and then we're gonna say if suits of I does not equal suits of I does not equal suits of zero, um, then it's going to be suit equals false. If like suit, so that would be true, we would just say return flush because that's what it's called when it's the same flush. So basically, this is the same thing as saying, because for the other question, for the other implementation, I did something more, I guess. I didn't do a for loop. I just basically said if suits of zero was equal to suits of one, and then suits of one was equal to suits of zero, and suits of two, like, I that was the more, like, I guess, more work and more complex, where you can just do a for loop and iterate if the values are the same. So yeah, that's the first one. That should work. And for here, sorry, um for here, we want to create a private int variable, call it suit, because I'm not call it suit, call it rank, or same rank, and we want to bring in the suits. What am I saying? Suit, the rank parameter, ranks, and then private int same rank, checking same rank. So yeah, this is the private variable. Private instance variable. We can check if the ranks are either one, like a high card, a pair, or three of a kind. So we're gonna also, what do we want to do to check if it's the same rank? Do we want to, sorry, traverse for int I in ranks, for int I in ranks? So we want to traverse over, iterate over ranks, and increase R of I for int. Wait, what am I doing? For int I ranks. We want to set up our No, we want to set up, sorry, we want to set up a variable to keep track of the actual ranks, sorry. So how many ranks are there? There's 13 in like real life in cards. So that means because variable not variable indexes are like one more than each other, so there'd be 14. So we want to keep track, we want to keep R to keep track of those indexes. Okay, that's in R equals new int 14, not 13, 14, because indexes. So for iterate, use R to keep track of the indexes of ranks. Okay, so for int I, yeah, that's what I wanted to do before. So in ranks, so for each I that iterates over the ranks, we just want to say R of I plus plus R of I plus plus, which would increase the amount of ranks there are for each iteration. And then we want to say, okay, for the ranks that we have for int I in R, we want to say, for int I in R, we want to say basically when you're hitting an R, that you're checking the ranks, right? For each in R, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? We want to check if they're the same, because it's the same ranks, because it's the same ranks. For an I and R, we want to check if they're the same. For an I, R, when we have the indexes, actually, so yes, so we want to keep track of it, right? So when we create a variable to say that int variable to keep track of those that are the same. So we'll say int max, because we also have to return the best type of max equals 1. For an I, we just say max equals max, we get the max of we get the max, and then we get the I, and then from here, do we return the max? Return max. Sorry, I'm just checking if it's proper format so far. How this is no. Okay, that's fine so far. So now we have the max variable to actually keep track of those ones that are either pairs to flush, not pair, pair of a kind, or a high card. So from here, we would say, actually, we would get a variable because it's this is its own instance. So we would create another variable to actually keep track of those, because this is not passed on right now. So we actually have to pass on the parameter. So same rank, pass on ranks, and then passing variable for ranks. Um, now it's just determining same equals, and we say three of a kind, three or more of the same rank. So if there's three, we have to say, okay, cool, you are return three of a kind. Okay, else, then you are two. Else, if same equals two, you should be returning if it's a pair. Return pair. And everything else is just a high card. Else, return. And that's the scenarios that we are given. The values are case sensitive, so I put capitals. Yeah, that's perfect. It took me a while, bro. I was like getting the max. I think the max wasn't too bad. This is going over the use R to keep track of the indexes. Keeping max ranks. And that should be the solution. It wasn't too bad actually. Only based 20%. It's crazy. But yeah, it's not too bad. I think it's because of a lot of the for loops are there. But you could have a if statement and be like, because I did this question before and I was like, if suits of one equals if suits of zero equals suits of one, if suits of one equals suits of two. But I think that's just too much work. You just do a for loop and just iterate over. If it's equal to each other, it's a flush. If it's not, then it's not a flush. But yeah, this is a good question. I like this question. It made me think. So yeah, this is a solution.